Hello my planner pals and welcome back. If you're new, hi, I am Di, this is Creative Karma Design, and today we're going to have a little bit of a different chat. Today we're going to have like a little tea time chat. I have my cup of black tea here. Get your choice of beverage, whatever you want to do, and we're going to have a little chat. And specifically today I want to talk about my space, my room, my little cozy nook here, my creative cozy nook. We need a word for this. It's not like a she shed. It's a little creative cozy nook. I love it in here. I'm literally in here like most of the day. I absolutely love it. But there's some changes I want to make and I wanted to talk about that today. So grab yourself your choice of beverage and let's dive in, shall we? So let's go back here. I started this room back in, I think it was 2022, maybe 2023. I took the popcorn off the ceiling, we put new lights in, we painted everything, we put the new ductless AC in, the little mini split thing, we put a new floor in. I showed you the last update of the pegboard, putting the Kallax unit in the closet, all sorts of things. I do have a series, I will link it here and also down below in the description. I want to still make some changes in here, and what I thought would be interesting is just sharing with you what has worked in here for me with my crazy brain and what I want to do moving forward. And specifically that kind of ties in with some changes that you may see on this channel. Now, planning will still be here, but I will be diving more into other things. Not because I'm bored of planning, because I still love planning. I still love making stickers. I still love playing with stickers, but I also love a lot of other things because, again, spicy brain. The first thing that I will say is making myself zones in here has been a game changer. It's increased my creativity, increased my productivity in the things that I'm actually creating, and it just makes me want to create more. Like, I just have more motivation to do stuff and try new stuff. So with that in mind, there will be some changes in this room that I want to do, and let's talk about those. Now, the first thing that I want to do is figure out what the hell I am going to put in these drawers here. I've had these drawers, I think I've had these drawers close to 15, 20 years. I have another couple up on the shelf here, at the top shelf, you can't see it right now. But I need to figure out what I'm going to put in there and then label them. Because right now I'm just shoving stuff in drawers and I don't know what's in each drawer. So having some kind of system there as to what I'm going to put in there, I don't know what that is yet. I have a feeling it will be more scrapbooky, crafty things. Right now I've got stories by the month, some stamped sentiments. This is full of adhesive. This has nothing in it, and I've got a thing full of post-its, things that don't really need to be here. So I need to figure out what the hell I'm putting in those. And again, it comes to, that needs to be stuff that I'm kind of reaching for when I'm creating. So having everything nearby needs to be, again, zone-wise, what do I need on hand when I'm generally creating, and then just put it in those drawers. So that's the first thing that I need to figure out, what is going in there. So the second thing that I want to do is have better space of the top of the drawers here. Because right now I just have these baskets and a few other things like a pen tub, and it's just, it's a clutter magnet is what it is. As much as I like having something to house, this is just stamps and stuff that I've recently bought, but to house that, there's a better use of that space. Again, right now, I have a couple of the drawers full of stories by the month and like Project Life stuff. Now, I do plan on doing Project Life again next year. And again, I'm going to be using the letter binder and the trading card pages. So my thought is I'm going to get the Project Life cards out of here to create more space. But I want to create one of those, you may have seen them on some stuff, but there's like an organizer thing that you can have that sits on here, but I need it to sit on there, so it means it can't be that deep. So we now have a laser cutter. If you've been on my Patreon, you'll know this. I think I've mentioned it in a couple of videos. We got a laser cutter a couple of months ago, and I have tested and created a project. This is a little tray that is eventually going to sit on top of here. Now this is just clearly, it's just made out of cardboard. I will put some footage up here of me creating it, but let me just say, I don't know if I'm just going to make them. I think right now, because again, I'm not sure exactly what I want, my feeling is I make some more out of cardboard and just hot glue them together just to see if I use them. And then my plan is they all go on here, and then it all goes on here and everything fits in. And I think doing it myself, and again, just out of cardboard for now, I could literally make as many and in any shape that I want to. So I'm thinking right now, I'm just gonna make them out of cardboard to see if I use them. If I use them, then I can then make them out of anything really, whether it be wood, whether it be acrylic, I can make them out of anything. So I think that is my plan right now. I get more of those done. Maybe, I'm thinking 3. I think 3 is my number right now. I'm thinking 1 for Project Life, 1 for 3x4s, and 1 for 6x4s. And then as my collection grows, I can increase that. That's a project, because I'm going to have to use the laser cutter again, and it's very scary. Just me? It's very scary. Okay, the third thing that I want to do is figure out my damn stamp storage. Stamps aren't something that I reach for quite often, but I would like something better organized, whether that is I buy more of the little sleeves for things to go in, whether I do some kind of binder. I need something better than what I have right now so that I can find things and use things. So that is something that I want to do in the future as well. And better stamp pad storage. So the other thing that I would like to do is figure out my closet storage. Having the Kallax in there, great, absolutely love that. But the other stuff on the other side, where I have my my sewing machine, my serger, my embroidery machine, I have a ton of stuff that I want to scrapbook, like memorabilia, ephemera, etc. I have old sheets down there that I want to make things with. I have a ton of stuff in there that needs a better home and a better system. That is something that definitely needs doing. When? I don't know, but that will probably be my final project, because let's face it, it's always been the final project because I can close the door and forget about it. Now, the other thing, the elephant in the room here, is that you've probably noticed on here I have a diamond painting. I have a diamond painting. He's probably half done, little Grogu. I got this in a prize that we did when we went to the makerspace, and I was like, yeah, I'll just give it a go. I'm fully hooked. And now I need somewhere, and this is again a where, somewhere, somehow, some drill storage, because all I have right now is this, and that is driving me crazy. But I need some drill storage. What I'm thinking, and again, someday, is I saw online there was a pattern. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I don't know what the word is, because again, I'm not very 3D savvy, 3D printing savvy, but my husband is, because we have a 3D printer. And it was a carousel with the little trays in it. They were bigger than this though, like higher sides, where you could store them in this carousel, and then you just pull the tray out of the one you want. Because the biggest factor for me in not doing this is having to get the drills, the drills are the little gemstone things, out of their little containers, put them in the little tray, and then put them on the painting. That is the biggest barrier for me. Whereas if I had the carousel thing, and I had all of the the colors for that project set up and ready to go, that's a lot less barrier to actually doing it. So I think at some point I'm going to get my husband to 3D print me one of these little carousel things, or I could have a go myself. We shall see. But that diamond painting is, yeah, if you haven't tried it, highly recommend. Just take your brain out of the equation. You don't have to think, because I think even stickers, like putting stickers down and scrapbooking, you still have to think. This is literally, as soon as they're in here, all I'm doing is matching the color to the symbol on the thing and I'm good. Takes my brain completely out of it, which I love. I absolutely love it. If you haven't tried it, highly recommend. Now, the other thing that I need to figure out is a twofer. It's a twofer. I think we're up to 6 and 7 of things that I want to change, and then I'm just gonna go because I'm almost through my tea here. Do you ever get to a point where your tea is just the correct temperature and you just chug it? You're just like straight back and you're just like, yep, that was lovely, thank you very much. So on this wall here, I have this table. This table flips up into a full-on table. If I'm sewing or something, I'll put it on here rather than clutter up this desk. Now, the problem is, we went to a Halloween party last week. If you remember the Cricut vinyl update I did, and I did the t-shirt, and I said the problem is I don't have a heat press. Well, I spent a good 15-20 minutes talking to a guy called Doug who had a heat press, one of the clamshell type things that you bring down, and I have a heat press coming. It is shipped. So I'm thinking this here will be my heat press station, which now means this table has to go, and something, I don't know what it is yet, something has to go in its place. I'm thoroughly excited because this machine is not just a t-shirt heat press, it is a mug heat press, a t-shirt heat press, a plate heat press, and hat heat press. I'm excited. Again, I loved doing that vinyl stuff. I will love it even more when I don't have to be ironing with a small iron and I can just psh, boom, done. So I'm thoroughly excited for that. That, however, then brings up the I need better vinyl storage than the over-the-door thing that I have right now. And I need something to put it on because that's not going to be sturdy enough. So I need some kind of table to put it on. So either this table will get replaced, or we get a smaller one for here and have it here. I don't know what that looks like yet, but it's one of the straight down ones, like the swing out things. I'm gonna like document the whole thing. I'm gonna share with you the highs and the lows of all the mistakes that I make with my new heat press. So that's going to be a journey that we're going to go on. That then leads to, if you remember in my last video, I talked about the wall here being a display wall of my art and the things that I create, and having my planners on there, my words on there. But now the heat press is going to be there. So I can't put that on until I get the heat press, because I don't know how much room it's going to take up. So I'm kind of stuck in, I need to get the heat press in order for everything else to make sense of where I want to put things. I hope that, yeah, I think that's probably where I'm at. Like, if I get the heat press, like there's always that kind of order of operations. What do I need first in order to make everything else happen? If I get the heat press, I can figure out what I need here, like what size table I'm going to need here. But I'm thinking right now, maybe it's like a, you know, like the little 4x4 calyx units, getting 2 of those. I just don't know. Yeah, I think that will be big enough. Getting 2 of those, and then the totes, the holes, what do we call those? The holes underneath, I get totes, or I put cupboards on, and then the stuff that I heat press can go underneath there. And then the attachments can go underneath there. That's what I'm thinking right now, is like a, in which case it'll only be this high, because that's a 2x2. That's a 1x2 calyx. So if I get I don't know. We're just going to have to figure this out. But that's my thought is whatever we get to put the heat press on underneath the stuff that the supplies that I use for heat pressing go underneath it. Again, zones. The zones is a game changer. And then I can do the wall, and then I can start thinking about this, because I don't want to do this if I'm changing this table. It's just, yeah, everything is up in the air right now. And it's frustrating and exciting at the same time. So those are the changes that I want to make. Cheers to you. Heat press, some kind of table. Then sort out this, whatever the wall up here is. Depending on whether this table goes there or stays here, I need to wait for that, because that will depend on what I put in these. And then get my little trays done on the laser cutter. Get my diamond painting zone, don't know what that looks like yet, zone set up, and then the stamps and the closet. Why are closets always the hardest thing to tidy up? So that's my update. I'm going to bring you along for the ride because I just think it will help you see the process of, it's not just one thing and you're changing one thing, because if I change these and then we get a different table, and if the table is higher, I then have to move all of this. So it's not just one thing. There's a cascade effect when you only have a small space. This is a small space. It's literally 10 feet by 10 feet. It's small. So I need to think about this logically. And that's hard when I want all of the things to be able to create all of the things. I'm hoping that by sharing this, I'm going to call it a struggle, that it will help you in either thinking about your own space, creating zones, and making a more productive, creative space. Or you're just going to kick out of seeing me struggle. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you next time. Cheers! I swear it is tea.